Hello and welcome to Ashtanga's Greatest Hits. My name is Erin Evans and there will be tasting notes from second and third series of Ashtanga Yoga. We'll start at the tops of our mats in Samastitihi. Let your arms hang long to the sides, get long through the low back. You might like to close your eyes to get a visceral experience of breath and body. If you have a sounding breath, you can start to activate that. There are two types of energy we play with on the yoga mat. The first is muscular energy. Think bark of a tree that keeps it safe. We're squeezing our skin to our muscle, muscle to our bones, bones to their joints. And then the second type of energy is organic. It's extending up and down. Think of sap from a tree. We blend the two together, deciding which feels more authentic and alive. If you are by nature more muscular, you might want to cultivate more grace and extension. And if you tend to be more flexible, you might consider pulling into the midline. Opening the eyes, Surya namaskara A, inhale, elevate. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop the feet back, low push up, chin forward. Flip your toes back, lift your heart. Downward dog, extend back. For the first dog, you might want to bend your legs, lift your legs. But definitely choose a spot for the eyes to land and hold that spot each time you return here. We call it our drishti, our gazing point, intended to keep the attention on your mat, in your body. Completing your exhale, eyes forward, feet to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall, reach up. Release your arms. Inhale, up. Exhale, over and in. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, take it back. Find the bottom of your heart, think center of the chest, and let's get muscular. Squeeze your muscles toward your bones, pull your low belly back, inner thighs together. You'll notice it's more intensity, more heat in the body, making your shapes compact. Completing your exhale, heels pop, feet between the hands. Lengthen, fold, stand tall, reach high, release your arms. Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana, fold. Ardha Uttanasana, Chaturanga Dandasana, look forward. Urdhva Mukha, eyes track the sky. Adho Mukha, take it back. Organic, find muscular, squeeze to your midline and then extend the hands down into the floor. Reach the pelvis high and back and make a nice line with the crown of the head. Like you could literally reach through the crown of the head, reach down into the floor with your hands and your feet. Notice the effect on the abdomen, the pelvis. Completing your exhale, feet forward. Lengthen. Bow. Stand tall, reach high. Release your arms. Surya namaskara B, sit low, arms up. Fold in, forehead toward the shins. Lengthen. Step or pounce back, chaturanga. Big inhale, expose the heart. Exhale, back. Right foot steps, left heel drops, reach high. Hands down, hips low, low push up. Take it up. Slide it back. Left foot steps, right heel drops up. Down, hands plant, back to lower. Urdhva Mukha, big front line. Adho Mukha, take it back. Taking these precious moments in down dog to slow the beating of the heart, to find the rhythm of your breath, long matched inhales to exhales. Completing the exhale, eyes forward, spring to the top, lengthen, bow, sit low, Utkatasana, Samastitihi, Utkatasana, Uttanasana, fold, halfway left, chaturanga, lightly back to lower, Urdhva, stretch, feel the tops of the feet. Adho, back. Right foot steps, left heel drops, reach up, touch the roof. Hands down, step back, lower. Drag your pelvis to your wrists. Slide it back. Left foot steps, right heel drops up, knee pulls forward, hands plant, back to lower. Urdhva Mukha, Adho Mukha, back. I often think about it like a snow globe, and the vinyasas and the stepping shakes up the snow globe. There's snow, we can't see the image. And then downward facing dog, the snow starts to settle. The picture is clear. We've landed. Completing the exhale, lightly, feet to the top, lengthen. Exhale, dive, close the shape, bend your knees, arms up. Stand tall, release. Last one, Utkatasana. Uttanasana, pelvis tips, Ardha lengthen. Chaturanga Dandasana, eyes to the baseboards. Ride your inhale. Ride your exhale. Right foot steps, rise up, Vira A. Release the shape, hands down, back to lower. Take it up, feel pinky toes down. Take it back. Left foot steps, right heel drops, Virabhadrasana A. Hands plant, heels high, lower. Drag it up. Slide it back. Downward dog for 5. For 4. 3. 2. 1. Completing the exhale, hollow the belly, feet to the top, lengthen, fold, sit on your throne, Utkatasana, Samastitihi. Catch your waist, feet hip distance, Padangustasana, fold. Catch your big toes with peace fingers, lengthen, and let the spine fall. Give your head a little shake, ensure there's no tension in the neck, and then pull the abdomen up and let your spine drop. Notice the language, let, not force, pressure, demand. Tipping the weight ever so slightly forward, and then extend the crown of your head toward the floor. Inhale, lengthen, clear the belly, bend the knees, and put your hands under your feet. Lengthen and fold. Padottanasana, eyes up the back wall, tip your weight forward. Every exhale, you get a bit softer. Every inhale, more alert. Inhale, lengthen. Catch your waist, stand up, samastitihi. Take a step up with the right foot, trikonasana triangle, face the right leg, hinge. Right hand to the shin, the big toe or the earth. Your drishti toward the thumbnail in the sky. Pull your bones into their joints. Activate your quadriceps like the shape gets compact, small. Take the eyes down, and inhale picks you up, pivots you forward. Trikonasana, opposite side. Find the bottom of your pelvis and then reach up toward the ceiling like your hands were moving farther away from each other. Like the arches of the feet start to lift all the way up into the pelvis. Take the eyes down, and inhale lifts you to face the back, twisted triangle, square off. Reach your left hand to your shin, a block or the pinky toe edge, and start to stack your left shoulder over your left wrist. Take the eyes to the thumbnail in the sky, or where it would be if the arm was up. Lift your left hip ever so slightly to rotate the sideline of the body. Take the eyes down, rise up, Prasarita Trikonasana, other side. Right arm reaches, plant it, stack the shoulder, revolve the torso. So with the twist, you'll notice one side is compressed and one side is long. The right side of the body gets length as we rotate and compress the left. Eyes down, rise all the way up, top of the mat. Take a bigger step out with the right foot, extended side angle, elbow to knee or palm to the pinky toe edge, left arm up and over. Tuck your low ribs toward your hips and then press your knee into your arm, arm into your knee. So we're into navigating the sideline of the body. Left pinky toe to left middle finger in the sky. Rise all the way up, opposite side, elbow to knee or palm plants. Find the pit of the pelvic floor and then from there, elevate, extend out. Eyes down, rise up, twisted side angle, drop your back knee. Left arm up, hook it over, hands to prayer, or drop your palm to the earth and extend your right hand. Feel the edge of the back foot press down into the floor as you start to manipulate your chest, lungs. Eyes down, come all the way up, face forward, drop your knee. Reach the right arm up, hook it over, hands to prayer, or we plant our palm, maybe spinning that back foot to the floor. Again, knee to arm, hug your left hip back. Every exhale, there's space. Every inhale, length. Take the eyes down, let an inhale pick you up and step you to the top. Prasarita, step out with the right, subtle pigeon toe, look up for A, hands down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Some of you might like to take this upside down. If you're quite flexible, you can work on shortening the stance, and if the head feels miles away, maybe take your stance longer. Inhale, flat back. Catch the waist. Stand up for B. Elbows tight, chest up, over and in. Keep the hands on the small of the back. Take a subtle flex into the ankle joints. Lean into your ankles. If your head touches the floor, utilize it to flip your sitting bones up. Rising all the way up for C, arms float open. Intertwine your fingers, bend the knees as you roll forward, and once you find your extension, straighten the legs. Working the hands toward the floor, also your balance. Find the pelvic floor and the rectus abdominis, the lowest level of your belly. Rising all the way up. Catch your waist, Prasarita D, chest up, hands down the legs, catch the big toes, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, activate the muscles of the legs, and then get organic, extend outward. Take up more space. Organic energy is like the proficiency of a professional athlete, a dancer, a hockey player, a swimmer, that makes everything look so easy. Inhale, lengthen, release your hands for splits. Face your right leg. Half split or full split. So this is in the third series, not typically in the standing work. You might point your back toes or flex them. You might put something under your hands or your pelvis. You might reach your arms up. Big, spacious breath, and check in with your face. We want a soft face. Bring your hands to the earth, lunge into that right knee, and walk yourself to the left. Drop the back knee, straighten the left leg, maybe slide into your variation of Hanuman. Hanuman is the monkey god, the god of devotion, and he was teased about his reverence to Sita and Ram. And he ripped open his chest, and on his heart was Sita and Ram, those he was devotional to. What is in your heart is who you are. Take a lunge back into that left knee. Step to the front, lengthen, fold. Stand tall, elevate the arms. Release your arms. Take a prayer behind your back, right side up or upside down. Step back with the right, face your right foot. Inhale, lengthen, clear the digestive tract and over and in. Take a good look at that big toe joint, and some of you might drop your chin and the drishti is through the brows toward the big toenail. Keeping your bind as you rise up and face the opposite way. Inhale, chest up, exhale, over and in. Find your left big toe. You might gaze there. Some of you might drop the chin and look between the brows toward the toe. Big full breath. If you can't breathe in the pose, as Plinio says, then it's not your pose. So back off if you feel constricted. Big inhale stands you up, opens you wide, and steps you to the top. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Top of the mat, tiny squat for Pashasana. Take your left arm up, hook it over your right knee. You might work with a prayer. You might bind around one of the knee joints. You might bind around both of the knee joints. Gazing up and over the back shoulder, the right shoulder. Noose pose. Notice where the eyes have landed. Commit your drishti. Stay gazing there. Releasing the twist for the opposite side. Hook your elbow over your knee. You might bind around one of the knee joints or both. Lift out of the pelvis, eyes over the back shoulder. Squeeze the knees together. And release. You might do a little handstand pop to vinyasa back or step back. Ride the inhale. Ride the exhale. All the way through to a seat, Crownchasana. Take the right leg back, move the flesh of the calf round the pelvis. Knee between the ribs, option to extend the leg and catch a hold of the shin, the ankle around the foot. Start to lean back so you're sitting on the back side of the sitting bones, but the bent knee is anchored down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Either a dandasana, a one-legged crow vinyasa, or any way you please. And we'll come all the way back through to a seat. Take the opposite leg back, Crownchasana, round the pelvis. Knee to the chest, option to catch the foot, the leg, fold it in. Feel the top of that folded knee's foot holding you, giving you the balance to lean back without losing your balance. Inhale, lengthen. Release the foot. It's a one-legged crow vinyasa or a regular vinyasa into downward facing dog. Gently shift the weight forward to come all the way down onto the belly. This is a 10-breath hold. Tops of the hands to the earth, lift the legs and the chest up. So the only thing that'll change will be the hand position. So keep the body up, legs up. 3, 2, 1. Move your hands. So plant the palms like you're doing chaturanga. Keep the body up. Lift it even higher. And release. Option for a vinyasa or cheek to one side. As we come all the way back down onto our belly for Bakasana frog pose. Let your feet flop open. Reach back for the tops of the feet. That could be more than enough. Some of you might flip your fingers to track your toes. Work your knees out, work your heels outside your hips. Higher. And release. Cheek to one side or a vinyasa. Tip your weight forward to come all the way down onto the belly, Dhanurasana bow. Catch a hold of the ankles, lift up. You might turn it into a raindrop shape or more of a horseshoe. And release, cheek to one side or take a vinyasa. Tipping the weight forward, back down onto the belly, Parsvadhanurasana side bow. Bend your knees. Catch your ankles, lift up. Roll over right shoulder, right hip, and kick your feet back. Maintain the posture. Kick it farther back, eyes track your wall. Take your tailbone between your knees. Spike your way through center and opposite side, rock over, kick back. Let your eyes track the wall. Find the same shape that you had on your abdomen, but now you're resting on your hip, your shoulder, and perhaps your knee. Rising all the way up, lift up, release the shape, vinyasa, or push back, downward dog. Dropping down onto the knees, Ustrasana camel. Catch the waist, take the pelvis forward, start to come back, maybe catch the heels. You might feel comfortable dropping the head back. Your gaze is to your nose to maintain the integrity. And all the way up. Option for a vinyasa, maybe a handstand vinyasa or child's pose. Dropping down onto the knees, Ustrasana or Legu Vidrasana. You might do what you did. You might track your hamstrings with your hands, lowering your head to the floor or a block. Big, full breath. 3, 2, 1, all the way up. Child's pose or a vinyasa. So you decide what's in your best interest, whatever's gonna pin down your attention. Drop to the knees, Ustrasana or Kapottasana. Catch the waist, do what you did, or start to take it back, lowering your hands, walking your hands in to catch your feet or toward your feet. Big breath. Soft eyes. And all the way up. Child's pose or a vinyasa. All right, jumping into crow. Some of you might walk to the front of your mat getting into crow. Others might play with jumping straight in. Find your crow or a little squat. Big full breath, round the low back. And step or hop back, meeting in down dog, a vinyasa or a stretch back. Handstand to crow. You might use a wall, you might play with crow, you might take child's. Rising up to your handstand. Taking a padottanasana, butterfly shape with the legs to lower, land, elbows nice and tight, eyes set, protract the shoulders. Step or hop back, downward facing dog or a vinyasa. You might like your blocks as we come all the way through to a seat for a couple seated twists. Taking your left leg back and crossing your right leg in front. You might take the right leg into a half lotus. Take your right hand behind your back, left hand to the right knee. The right hand might reach back to catch the lotus toe. Every inhale, we're looking for height. Every exhale, revolution. Finding a spot for the eyes to land and then using that as a reference point for when we move to the opposite side. Use the hand to revolve the heart. Take the eyes forward, untangle, vinyasa, or send your legs out in front, taking a moment before we move to the opposite side. Take the right leg back, cross the left foot over. You might cross it into a half lotus, take the right hand toward the left knee, left hand behind the back or your half lotus. Follow the rhythm of the breath and noticing where the eyes land now that you have your reference point. Every exhale, more revolution. Take the eyes forward, untangle. It's a vinyasa or a dandasana. Coming all the way back through for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Cross your right foot under, step your left foot over. Reach your right hand behind your back, hook your right elbow on your left knee. You might reach that right arm across to catch the arch of the foot and take the left hand behind the back as a lever to lift up and roll out. Spin the eyes forward, an option for a headstand vinyasa, or legs out of front or a full vinyasa. Opposite side. Take your left leg, tuck it under, take your right leg, step it over. Reach your right hand behind your back, hook your left elbow on your knee. Again, you might reach with the left hand to catch the arch of the right foot. Notice where the eyes land. Continue to spin from the low belly, lungs, shoulder, then eyes. Take the eyes forward. It might be a headstand vinyasa, a regular vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. For a little bit of third series. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, ripple forward onto the right palm and the outer edge of the right foot. You might step your left foot down, you might reach it up, chest to the sky. Every inhale, think about organic energy extending out through the toe, the crown of the head. Take your eyes down, hands down, chaturanga. Urdhva goes up. Adho goes back, feet together, pull forward. Vasisthasana on the left. Maybe hand goes up, maybe foot goes down. Get organic, spacious, long. Releasing the shape, hands down, chaturanga, urdhva mukha, adho mukha, take it back. Vishvamitrasana, lift your right leg up and step it around your right wrist. Walk it all the way over to the left-hand side of the mat. Some of you might like to drop your back knee and point it to the long edge. Full extension is like a side angle foot as you sit on the back of your arm and lift your left arm up. 3. Tone your glutes, get long through the low back. 2. 1. Kundinasana, hands plant, tip it to pick it up, both legs, step it back, ride the inhale, ride the exhale, left leg lifts, step it around the left wrist, walk it to the long edge, make a shelf with your left arm, sit on your arm, lift your right arm up, squeeze the inner thighs together, back of the thighs squeezing into your tricep. Eyes down, hands down, Kundinasana for a vinyasa. Take it back. Dropping down onto the knees. One more pose from third. You might take child's. You might work tripod headstand to crow and then back to tripod. The full variation is lotus. Do your thing. So child's, or set up your tripod headstand. Once you're set, you feel balanced, either butterfly the legs or tangle the legs into lotus. Folding your crow or your lotus legs to the backs of the arms, lift up. Protract the shoulders, set the eyes. 3, 2, 1. Maybe back to tripod, maybe a vinyasa. And we'll meet downward facing dog. Eyes forward to come all the way through to a seat. Back to second, Parigrasana. Take your right leg back behind you. Lift up your bottom, thread your left arm through to catch your ankle and reach your top arm up and over. Use your bottom shoulder to revolve the heart. Find something to look at. Squeeze your femur bones into your pelvis. Squeeze your inner knees together and then roll the heart. Gently release that shape. Come up, opposite side. Extend it. Fold the other leg back, left leg back. Thread the right arm through, catch the ankle, spin the chest. Notice where the eyes have landed. Get crazy organic. Reach out through your toes, the crown of the head, your hands, your heels, your knees. Gently release that shape. Send the leg out in front. Vinyasa. Take her back. Ride it up. Downward dog. Drop down onto the knees. 3 headstands from second, and then we close. So the first headstand, I call it the forklift. So the head is down and the hands are directly out from the shoulders. You might want a wall, and if you prefer traditional, take traditional. Backs of the hands support the weight as the legs float up. Glutes are toned, back of the neck firm. Set your eyes. Releasing the shape, so either coming down or bring the hands under the shoulders to vinyasa out. Second headstand, dropping down onto the knees. This could be a little bit awkward. Drop your elbows to the ground and catch your biceps. Take your head out in front where your bangs would be down onto the floor. Again, you could go traditional, tripod, use a wall, float it up. Tone the glutes so there is no exit door when you're in this type of a headstand. 3. Stay committed, focused, Mula Bandha, pelvic floor lifted. And again, you might come down, you might untangle the arms to vinyasa out. Dropping down onto the knees. This one I think is the weirdest. It's Pincha Mayurasana arms. So the backs of the forearms are down, palms are down, head is in the center of the arm bones, and float it up. Again, go back to what you know or use a wall. Headstands are very important. We have to ensure we're doing it just right, so there's no tension in the neck. Reach up through the toes, last 3, 2, 1. Untangle the arms or come down, vinyasa. Holy guacamole. And come all the way through to a seat and onto your back. 3 back bends. First back bend in honor of our devotion. So whatever we are committed to, the reason we practice to be more clear, for the greater good, because it feels good, our devotion to our practice. Little bridge, full wheel, come up. Walk your hands in nice and tight, take a beat to squeeze the glutes, and then let them be free. Free the glutes. Let the breath fill the entire space of the shape. Outline like you're coloring inside the lines of your body with crayon. And all the way down. You might rest on the crown of the head. Second round, in honor of our discipline to show up no matter what, rain or shine, all the way up. So when you show up and you're injured or sick, it means the practice takes on a different vibe, a different mood. You might not push or strive, but you're breathing, you're moving, you have a discipline. And come down. Maybe rest on the top of the head or down. Final round, determination. I keep showing up. You keep showing up again and again and again. Up. Show up. Not because of the results and not because, oh my gosh, I'm not getting anywhere. It's like we're determined, committed. Even if the shapes don't come for 10 years, we are still determined. And all the way down. Tuck your knees into your belly, give yourself a hug, rock side to side. And then rock all the way up to a seat, Paschimottanasana. Let yourself gently fall forward. Let the spine act like a necklace of pearls. So it's not rigid and straight, it's rounded and natural. Big, big pranayama, big breath. Let it all fall away. Let the poses we've taken be given back to Mother Earth, and we are not attached. Not deciding whether it was good or bad, because it's over now. Inhale, rise up, either a vinyasa or set yourself up for Shavasana, headstand, traditional. If you'd prefer a recline twist, a pigeon, anything, go for it, shoulder stand. Elbow joints are down, forearms are down. Intertwine your fingers, find the sweet spot for your head, and rise up. Find an imperfection of an imperfection of a freaking imperfection. That's how much you care about what you're looking at. And the way that you're looking at it is like you're looking at a sunset, something of great beauty where you're like, whoa, that is beautiful. Some of you might be working a headless headstand. You might pop up onto the elbows, wrists, and lift your head up. Maybe look toward your navel. And then if your head was elevated, lower it. Taking a pike, slide your bottom back, point your toes, straighten out your kneecaps, hollow the belly. Organic, reach your toes toward the opposite side of the room. Press your elbow joints down into the floor. Rising all the way back up, full headstand, toned glutes. Drishti set, soft mouth. And come all the way down, sit back, child's. Feel the vibration of the postures, the residue. You're burning through resistance. You're tapping into flow state. You are flexing your focus muscle. Rising all the way up, you might take a vinyasa or come all the way through to a seat for our final 3 poses before Shavasana. Cross-legged, half lotus, full padottanasana. Make your lotus nice and tight, hands behind the back. Some of you might even catch your lotus toes with opposite hands and fold it in. Our practice is an opportunity to distill our essence into one drop. No longer diluted, no longer confused. Rising all the way up, extend the arms, thumb, first finger touch, chin is bowed. The essence at the heart of all of us is a sense of oneness with all things. The ability to meet the moment in front of us with no hierarchy of good or bad. It just is, and we meet it. Let your breath be long and equal. And then opening the eyes, press the palms down into the floor. Pick your lotus up, your cross legs up as best you can. 20 Utthapita breath. And release. Taking one final vinyasa, we take it back to downward dog. Ripple yourself to a high plank. Come all the way to the belly. Roll over onto your back. Final relaxation, big inhale. Give your bones back to Mother Earth. There is a sweetness in the ending of things. In the forest, when a tree dies, you can see there's insects eating it, animals using it for something else. So let go of what you thought your life would be and open to what it is becoming. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you need. Thank you for your practice. I see you.